Producer Guy here for Sean and Kevin, world travelers who occasionally go to places you haven't been. In this episode, the boys are in a faraway land. So settle in and welcome to Travel by Numbers.
In this episode, we visit Havana, or La Habana, the capital city, largest city, province, major port, and leading commercial center of Cuba. After Castro's abrupt expropriation of all private property and industry, shortages that affected Cuba in general hit Havana especially hard. Hence, the cars. Vintage cars in Cuba are part of daily life, with most classic cars being used as taxis. Some of them look brand new, painted in vivid colors, and transport tourists around at prices beyond Cubans' reach. The unique mix of cultural and artistic influences throughout history have led to Cuba being renowned for its eclectic and diverse architecture, which can be defined as a unique fusion of numerous well-studied architectural styles from around the world. Due to strict government regulation following the Cuban Revolution, the need for extensive planning and government approval significantly slowed architectural development. Furthermore, the United States embargo meant that architectural projects often faced difficulties in terms of gaining resources and materials for construction. And although a lot of architectural restoration work has been done, and the city is nevertheless celebrated by tourists, Old Havana still has many buildings which are in a state of disrepair, poorly maintained, or abandoned. On a wider scale, and aside from government-funded restoration, the economy of Cuba remains weak. Before we headed to the capital, we made a little side trip not far out of Veradero to Cueva de Saturno, Saturn Cave.
No claustrophobia in the underground caves because it's open, alright? 159 steps, yeah? We were going single file.
And well, this is the tunnel Havana. There are two tracks. These two tracks here to enter and the other two tracks on the other side of the wall to allow to leave. This tunnel was built in the 50s by a French company, the same one that built the subway in France. This tunnel is 22 meters wide, two tracks, 732 meters long, and this tunnel was built between 15 and 25 meters under the water, under Havana's harbor entrance canal. But don't panic. If you touch under your seat, you'll find down there the life jacket, the mask, the fins, and the tanks. Okay, welcome to Havana, my friends. Sunny day. Hope. To the right, the embassy of Spain. To the right, a palace that was presidential palace from 1920 till 1965. Revolution Museum since the beginning of the 70s. Music Museum to the right that now has been restored. The old city to the right. The old city Havana was declared by the UNESCO as Cultural World Heritage of Humanity. This is the oldest fortress Havana in Cuba to the right, La Fuerza. The harbor Havana to the left, the most important export-import harbor Cuba. A cruise ship station from left. Cruise ships also stay and bring people here. The country, cruise ship.
Día que me falte tu piel, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será? Si es parte de mi amanecer, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será?
So after a 2-hour bus ride from Veradero to Havana, we eventually found ourselves in Plaza Vieja, Old Town Square. It emerged as an open space in 1559 and in colonial times was a residential neighborhood. Plaza Vieja was the site of executions, processions, bullfights, and fiestas, all witnessed by Havana's wealthiest citizens who looked on from their balconies. Since the early 1800s, once Old Havana was declared a World Heritage Site, architects and restorers began a restoration project.
Día que me falte tu piel, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será de mí? No seas parte de mi amanecer. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será de mí?
Plaza de Armas is a busy square in Old Havana. There's a large park in the center of this square and a popular market with tables and shelves all around the fences where vendors try to sell old and new books, second-hand silver jewelry, and homes too.
Luego me quieres ver, eso nunca pasará. Prefiero otra mujer, chica, si te vas y juegas otro papel que nunca te quedará, como eso de serme fiel. El día que me falte tu piel, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será de mí? No seas parte de mi amanecer. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será?
And so, after visiting a couple of squares and a museum, we headed up to a second-floor restaurant and had the best meal on this trip.
Look at the bicycle with the 2 seats used as taxis. Yeah.
Día que me falte tu piel, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será de mí? No seas parte de mi amanecer. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será de mí? Si tú te vas. Día que me falte tu piel, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será de mí? No seas parte de mi amanecer. ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será de mí?
And well, a lot of people live here. The apartments are nice, but well, the outside of the houses and the lot you see even kind of problems, yeah, with the structures. Parts are fall apart, they need new painting, some of them need to be restored. We are here by the Revolution Square. This building here to the left, this building to the left is the Defense Ministry building, where Raul Castro, Minister of Defense, Fidel's brother, where has his office. And for example, front left we have the highest tower, Havana. The tower is 139 meters high. Inside the tower, as I was told, there is a stair with 576 steps. That was what I was told. If you don't believe me, okay, you can go inside and climb it. You can count it. 576 steps. And then at the bottom of the tower, there is the museum from Jose Marti, the national hero Cuba. The same way the Carrara Marble statue in front of the tower. The Carrara Marble statue in front of the tower from Jose Marti, national hero Cuba. A poet, an intellectual man, a writer, journalist, and university professor, a thinker. And he was also the one that organized the third and last part of our independence war against Spain. Then behind the tower here to the left, there is the Council of State and Council of Ministry building. There is the Central Committee of the Cuban Communist Party building. In those buildings behind the tower. And there is also the Presidential Palace. Yeah, in one of those buildings behind the tower. There is where the Cuban President Fidel Castro has his office. Well, he lived here in Havana, where no one knows it. Because Fidel Castro is the man that the CIA, FBI, and exiled Cubans, American government in general have tried to kill the most. 638 times. Well, this is Havana, the city that has inspired a lot of filmmakers, poets, intellectual people, writers, lovers, corsair, pirates, crowns, and well, oh my God, it's getting dark. Oh, remember what I told you in the morning, under the seats. Yo. When I saw that film, I spent like 2-3 months without getting into the water.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please click the like button. And by subscribing and turning notifications on, you'll help us create new content. Thanks for watching. And remember, experiences, not things.